Hi guys, sorry, my microphone was not picking up. The day has been full of technical difficulties already, which is very annoying. I couldn't get the server to turn on, and now here we are. So hello everybody, welcome in. Rem, you were first again. Raid, you're here as well. Welcome, welcome. We have... I didn't get done what I wanted to get done. I'll start with that. Wow, that was a loud card. I did not get done what I wanted to get done for today, which is unfortunate because I'm only able to do 2 streams this week. Um, I wanted to start putting in my street lamps in here, but I don't think that'll work out for today, unfortunately. Um, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on putting in the remaining houses today for our residential areas, just so that's out of the way, because that's gonna be a big chore to do, and it's gonna take a while. But here's what I want to do first. Over here on my island, I have a little netherwort farm set up, and I want to make a chunk loader quickly, and I can't exactly remember how to do that. I think I need a magma cube, a ender pearl, water, and then just like a block to go around it, and a trapdoor, I think. Because I want that to be loading when I'm not near it, just for today. Let's see, get some dirt. Actually, let's get more, just because I don't want to break a block on the floor. Where would my magma blocks be? Let's check downstairs. How is everybody's day going? Going good? Everybody having a nice time today? I hope. Okay. Dig has to have a magma block somewhere, so we're gonna go check his storage very quickly. And it's okay because I organized it. I've decided. I had a very nice trip this weekend. It was lovely. I'm happy to be back home and streaming again for you guys. Episode 15 of Interlude is out right now. So if you're interested in watching that. They just found out that there's going to be 2 capes for TwitchCon. Awesome. Well, I can't go. I wish I could now, because I would love to get more capes. But I guess that's just life. Do they know what they're going to look like yet? They're looking for the textures? Okay. How high does it have to be before it enables? I did see that, yeah. Do they all need to be source blocks before it turns on? Yes, okay. Okay, that did not work. Why? Did I hit the side? Is it not tall enough? Did I not throw it straight enough? At least 6 blocks. Got it. Okay. Oh my god. I think we need stairs. That also did not work. Why? That's 7 blocks tall. Well, I guess it's exactly 6 blocks. I'm gonna get more ender pearls. Did I throw it to... Was it not straight enough? Or what? He renamed my silk pickaxe too? Alright, well, let's put another layer in. We can see if that fixes things. Oh, you're right, it is sand. Idiot. I thought magma was the one that pulled you down. Why the hell do I have so much soul sand? Fuck? There we go. And that should load the chunk, yes. That should keep it loaded. I'm so upset I can't listen to stream. Oh, that's a shame. God forbid a girl gets her education. Yeah, really. Okay, time to get to work. Did a creeper blow up here? I didn't fill it in, or did somebody blow up a creeper here and didn't fill it in? I shouldn't get creepers here. I really shouldn't be getting creepers here. There are my boxes. This color palette feels familiar, though. One of the cable has something to do with Diamond Rock Brain. I don't know, the source is vague posting. Okay, well, as long as they're not leaking it fully, I guess. You know, leave room for some surprise. I don't know, I have a weird, I don't know, feelings about leaking. Sometimes it can be fun to find things out beforehand, but other times it's like, if it's a big company like Minecraft, sometimes I think it's okay. Just because, like, they have the money. Hello, Minecraft? Hello? Hello, am I back? Stream? Holy shit. Um, please tell me that didn't just kill my fucking stream 5 minutes in. Hold on. That's really frustrating. Why does it keep doing that? Anyway, um, I like it. If it's a bigger company, then I think it's fine. But if it's a small indie company that they're leaking from and pulling crap from, I'm not a fan of that. Um, steal from the billionaires. That's my opinion. Yes, and I'm gonna lay that down right now. I don't care if you post about Tomodachi Life. I don't want to hear anything about the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. That would be, I don't care who you are, I will immediately ban you from my chat. I do not want to hear anything about that movie. That is one that I don't like, though. The entire movie getting put out, it's like, come on, guys. I guess it really depends on what it is, too. Like, that I don't like. That's a bunch of animators that have been working for years on this project that now have had their entire project ruined, essentially, because somebody sent a wrong email. Like, how annoying. Tomodachi Life Leaking does look amazing, though. I wish I could play that game. I'm not buying a Switch just for Tomodachi Life, but God, I was tempted. Gotcha. I figured you wouldn't. I'm just laying it down just for like anybody that's here to not talk about that movie. Aha. Hey, Slick Talk, welcome in. We should be able to hang out today. Okay. Sounds good to me. I actually forgot I need to unfriend someone. Do I? Yeah. How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good. I didn't get the work that I wanted to get done for this build today done, so we're working on copy and pasting houses today, which isn't the most entertaining, but it needs to get done. You guys will be excited to hear that we're gonna have a Booty Brigade stream tomorrow, which I don't think I've done one on here before. Booty Brigade is the task force that Fallen set up as mayor, and we're going to be working on making roads tomorrow. So it'll be a fun time if you want to see Sunny and Dig and me. Um, just building essentially for like 2-3 hours. Come and hang out tomorrow. You know? How about you, Slick Talk? How are you? I'm gonna have to replenish my spruce storage in just a moment. Come on. You know that's not the way that I wanted to place that. We found more context to the cape. It will have something to do with Skyblock. So maybe there's going to be some server like Minecraft Movie 1. Maybe. Maybe, maybe. But yeah, no, like I said, when it comes to leaking things, I think this is how I feel about it. If it's a giant company that really doesn't need the money, then I think it's okay. However, if it's something that people have been waiting for a really long time and people have been working on really, really hard, like sorry, I'm choking on my breath. It toes the line with like Tomodachi Life. You know, like that's something that people have been working on for years now, you know, and it's something that people clearly care about, but it's also $1 million corporation. And it's the same thing with Avatar too, where it's like it's a really big project and people really care about it, but they're also a giant company. I think it becomes an issue when people are willingly trying to spoil it for people. You know, like if you can't avoid the spoilers of something, that's when I think it starts to become a problem. You know, because fandom culture is already bad enough with spoiling stuff before, you know, posting. Like I was watching a show called Yellow Jackets and I got spoiled for a death like 3 seconds before it happened on the screen because I was stupid enough to open Facebook for 0.5 seconds and I saw that that character died. Um, without a spoiler warning or anything like that. Fandom culture is very bad right now, and I think leaks are okay as long as you can avoid spoilers and as long as you're not leaking from an indie company. I'm good, thank you. Spent most of my day wandering around the village and the next village over. Discovered two public ways, right away footpaths that I didn't know about. So I'm looking forward to exploring those either tomorrow or Friday, depending on the weather. Nice. I'm glad you guys are finally getting nice weather. I know it has been rough lately. Let's see. No, I do not want all of it. Thank you. But I'm not hungry. I don't know, does anybody have contradictory feelings about leaking? I'm open to any other opinions. I agree. I agree, I agree. For some, it brings more hype, exactly, yeah. As long as you're tagging it properly, it's okay. Oh shoot, I don't have any more smooth basalt. Tell me that's not all of my smooth basalt, because I don't have any more. Fuck. Alright guys, when I run out of basalt here, we are going to build a basalt farm that was made for me ages ago, okay? And I did not build, because I was like, I surely have enough. There's no way I'll run out of all of this basalt that I have. News flash. I'm gonna run out. I like did this inverted where I got stripped oak logs and not the stripped pale oak wood that I needed. Exactly. Like I saw a clip from the movie and I thought it was a trailer and I got super excited. I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know they were going to be releasing things for this early." And so I showed it to my mom, I showed it to my family, and then I realized, "Oh my God, that's a leak." And I'm like, I really hope this doesn't have like massive spoilers in it, you know? Because I don't know the context of it to the rest of the movie. And it felt well rounded enough that it could have just been a clip posted from the movie to be a teaser. But as I was watching it back, I was like, oh God, this definitely has something in it that we weren't supposed to see until we were watching the movie. You know? It's very frustrating. Because my family, we love The Last Airbender. So, very disappointing to get caught in a leak. Okay, that's done. Let's sleep, and then we'll work on the next house. Only thing I dislike about these houses is they take a very long time to build, and there's a lot of them. And so at a certain point, it just becomes repetition. Yeah, I try to keep up with leaks for gameplay, for games I'm excited about, because I know that there'll be a heavy time investment, and I don't want to get 40 pounds and 15 hours deep into a game only to discover the features I was really excited for. It's only one level, but I don't even watch trailers past the initial teaser for films, because at worst I'm losing 3 hours in a 7-pound cinema ticket. Very fair. Games, any type of games, AAA, they're going to be pirated on the release day. They are meant to be played, and those who want to have it in their Steam library will buy it legit. That's fair. I think people that pirate indie games are the scum of the earth. You can quote me on that. Um, yeah, I think if you pirate an indie game, you are a horrible person. So, and I know people are going to do it anyway. If it's AAA, if it's like multi-million dollar company, I really don't care. They're going to get paid either way. Don't pirate indie games. You know, they're already given a leg down from the get-go. So, don't do it. Fuck. I need to invest in some scaffolding. Exactly. They revealed the name of the first cape. Jeez, I'm getting like lifetime updates here. Okay, if you're wanting to avoid leaks for the new Minecraft capes, click off this stream, you know. But go on, Raid. What are they? What is the first one? Sapphire cape? Ugh, and I know it's gonna be the cutest thing in the world too. Well, do they know, is there gonna be any way to get them without going to TwitchCon, or are you gonna have to be there? I want to say it's 64 and 32 that I need of walls for these. Got it. That makes sense. I don't like, I don't know. I don't like the exclusive capes just on account of I already paid $40 for the game. You know, I guess it makes sense as a reward, but I'm like, I don't know. Not everybody can afford to drop $100 to go to TwitchCon. Not many people care enough to go to TwitchCon. I know I don't. Whatever keeps the consumer consuming, I guess. I'm gonna need a hell of a lot more stairs. Jesus God. Okay, here's my question for you guys, for the Minecraft fans in the chat. Do you guys think we're ever getting another end update? I don't think we will. I think they're done with the end. I agree. I don't know. I feel like we're not going to get one, but also I feel like it would be a missed opportunity for them to not do one. You know? Like, if they're planning on updating this game virtually forever, then, like, eventually the end is going to have to catch up with everything else, right? Exactly. Yeah. They lose a bunch of their marketing if they do it, but also the game probably would be better if they did. I'm very excited for the new Deltarune chapters, by the way. I'm hoping they maybe release this summer. I don't know if they've said when they're going to release them. I'm hoping that they maybe release this summer, because after Interlude ends, I'm going to probably need something to do, and I do want to stream those chapters. Doubt it. They want it to be sparse and dangerous, so you don't spend that much time there. They've also probably got a similar issue to Pokemon and new Megas, where they have so many fan designs and mods that they can't do anything reasonable without it being too similar to a fan design. Yeah, that is very true. They do have that to worry about as well. Very good point all around. Shit. Oh yeah, have people gotten off of Toby Fox's back yet? Like, I know they were, like, attacking him like a couple weeks ago. Or was it last week? I don't know. I know they were attacking him. Have they stopped? Are people being normal again? I feel empty without Deltarune now, the way the community is treating the creators. Yeah. I take it they have not stopped then. Well, it died down. I haven't seen anything about it. It transformed into the Amazing Digital Circus because they announced the final episode to air in movie theaters, but they did say they want to have it shown in their theaters. It's up to them to contact the owners and stuff. That's fair. I don't like that they're having it premiere in theaters 2 weeks before it comes out on YouTube. I think, I mean, I understand why they're doing it. I think it's going to be great for the indie animation community. I hate that it's such a big series and that when it comes out, it's going to be spoiled because it's a huge series and so many people are not going to get to see it. Um, and like I said, fandom culture is shit right now, and so people are going to spoil it right away, which is very unfortunate. And I don't like the fact that they're saying, well, I don't like the theaters saying that showing it like a week before it's supposed to come out was unheard of, when they literally showed the Stranger Things finale a day before it came out on Netflix. but I guess you can do a lot more with Netflix money than you can do with indie animation money. Which is fair. You can only do so much. Yeah, I guess. Where the fuck is all my stuff? There we go. We're gonna move those in a minute. I don't know. Like I said, with Amazing Digital Circus, I think it's gonna be great for the indie animation community. You know, it shows a lot that they're able to do that. It's like they've said in their little statement about it because people are being crazy. I don't like the fans. Like, I don't know what they're saying, but if they're saying horrible stuff, I really don't like that. You know? Like, it doesn't... I understand being annoyed, but I'm not writing, like, death threats on Twitter. You know? Like... When did people stop enjoying things a normal amount? You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not gonna get to see it either. Because I'm watching it with my friend who lives in Nebraska, right? Like, and I don't know. I find it silly because it's like so many people are going to get the ending spoiled. And it's something that a lot of people clearly care about, you know? Like, I'm iffy, I'm on the in-between of it, you know, not that it really matters. Um, I don't I don't want to get spoiled, but I don't really care if I do. But yeah, no, people are going to get really upset because stuff is inevitably going to get spoiled because people can't not ruin things for people. You know? Like, for whatever reason, at least this generation and the one before it have decided that, you know, it's ingrained in us to be pieces of shit, you know? We have a very selfish mentality. So to be fair, everybody has it now. And I'm really hoping that maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe the Amazing Digital Circus can be a shift where people realize, wait, there are millions of people that care about this as much as I do. Maybe I don't be a dick and reveal the spoilers online? You know? Like, maybe they'll have a moment of realization and be like, wait, no, maybe I can be a nice person and not, you know, spoil stuff. But that would never happen. I can hope. Maybe I'll be surprised. And maybe it'll be a turning point. But I just know that if the final season of Yellow Jackets, which is my favorite show right now, comes out and I get spoiled for the last episode because I can't see it in theaters, but it comes out 2 weeks after, I would be so livid. Yeah, no, I know. The fans of Amazing Digital Circus are unfortunately terrible. It's why I didn't watch it for so long, is because I didn't want to associate with it at all. Because it was just so, like, rancid. It's the same thing with Has Been Hotel. And I say that lovingly because I have friends that enjoy that show, but the people that watch it are just so terrible that I can't. You know, it really sucks when, like, the fandom is what ruins an experience. You know? Like, I feel like a fandom is the first wave of advertisement, you know? Like, they're who's talking about your show all the time. They care about your show, and, you know, are probably why people get into it. Or why people avoid your show like the plague. Do not need this much. Problem is that spoilers make internet go up, and that gets used as an excuse for so much shitty behavior now. Yep. It just irks me so much how there's just little respect for anybody else. Like, everybody needs to drop everything immediately to go watch the new episode of whatever. You know? Like, when Yellow Jackets was coming out, sorry, I keep using this as an example because this was really my first major experience of having a horrible fandom experience. um, Episodes would go up and they'd be up for an hour and people would have posted spoilers and people would be like, dude, the episodes come out at midnight. I'm at work and I can't watch these until morning. And they're like, well, you probably shouldn't go on your phone. You probably shouldn't da 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 da. And I'm like, oh my God, people are such, like, assholes. You know? Like, it's not that hard to not post about something for like 10 hours, 12 hours even. At that point, I can kind of get it. You know, like, I would prefer wait a week, wait like 5 days before you post something. But like an hour after it comes out, not even until the episode is over, you know? Like, I got a spoiler where it was like, I opened up Facebook because I got a notification, and the first thing that pops up was, I can't believe blank killed blank, I'm so mad. And the episode literally wasn't even done. I watched it as soon as it came out. Yeah, that's why I feel bad about Toby Fox. Yeah, every Wednesday it's the same for Invincible. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, fandom spaces are fun. They're supposed to be fun. Um, I like getting to interact with people who like the same things that I do, you know? But I feel like I can't do that anymore. Or at least, like, I need to purge everything from those spaces 3 weeks before the series comes out, because otherwise I will get spoiled so hard and I will know things that I don't want to know. Like when Bridgerton season, what season are they on? Whatever the most recent season was. Whenever season 4 came out, I was like, oh my God, I'm just starting to get into this space. That means TikTok is going to be feeding me all this junk. I don't want to see any of this. And I literally had to block the tag. And I don't think I've unblocked it yet. But because I wanted to watch it all at once, I was like, shit, that's a very fair point. Because everybody's going to watch the first half and then they're going to want to watch the second half after they've posted all about the first half, which is totally fine. Because that's how it's being released. They're expecting you to watch the first half, build hype, and then put out the second part. But I'm using a bad example, but you guys get what I mean. Of like, you know, don't spoil shit. Especially when it hasn't been out for longer than like 5 hours. It's the same thing with games. I played Fortnite for the first time like a month ago because some of my friends have been begging me. It's not a bad game, not really my taste, but it's not badly made. The fandom sucks so hard though, so I avoided it until last month. Same thing happened with Overwatch and Destiny. That's very fair. I yeah. It's and honestly, and I'm not trying to dog on anybody in my chat right now, I swear to God, I'm literally getting to that same point with Minecraft because it feels like every time a new update comes out, all that people want to do is complain. This is a 15, 16-year-old game, and we're still getting free updates every couple of months. You know? In the grand scheme of things, they might be a little small, but, like, if you look at it from a big picture, like, we are getting updates from a game that realistically should have ended, like, 10 years ago. You know? Like, there's no reason we should still be getting updates. Um, and I'm not trying to say that to be mean to anybody in my chat. I don't know how you guys feel about it. You're entitled to your own opinion. But just, like, anytime a new update comes out, everybody complains. And I'm like, can we not just enjoy this game that we're still getting to play 10 years later? You know? It drives me nuts. Everybody just complains. Nobody can really be happy with anything anymore, it feels like. Ow, oh my god. Invincible fans on Twitter are so annoying in the same way because they will be confused why the latest episode doesn't look like a comic. Shows releasing for the last 5 years and they still don't understand how it works. Yeah. Either they do small updates regularly and people complain that there's not enough in it, or they do a big update twice a year and people complain that the game isn't getting enough support. Exactly. It's just so fucking annoying. Like, what's that meme? Me trying to enjoy, uh, me when I can enjoy Minecraft without a little rat in my ear complaining about how bad the most recent update was. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like the smaller updates. The big updates were cool, but it felt so overwhelming to me that I didn't know what really to do with all of it. I like the smaller updates, and I am gonna be honest, I really like the sulfur cubes. You know, and I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion to have, but like I have creative ideas on what I want to do with it, you know? Weren't they complaining because they made the buff guy fat when they actually just gave him the build of an actual strongman? Did not know about that. I don't care though, I don't watch that show, but I don't know if that's a spoiler. I don't care. Sorry, I'm just trying to clarify because it sounded like I was annoyed. And I'm not. I don't know that show. I don't watch that show. I don't mind you guys talking about that show. Sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hi, Dig. How are you? I saw you logged on yesterday while I was AFK, and I got really scared that I was going to log back in and be dead. How are you doing, Dig? Are you at work? Just finished? Ah, nice. How was it? Any standout moments or just work? It was work, yeah. I don't watch it either. I just have a friend who was very angrily ranting about people not understanding the new design of a character. Very fair. I don't know which one you're talking about exactly, but at least they talk too much about how the creators pick voice actors that don't fit the characters they made. Yeah. We're talking about fandoms, Dig, and how people act in fandoms. We started talking about leaks and stuff like that. Overall, I think we all have a very negative opinion about how fandoms are these days. I think, at least, from what I'm gathering. Some are good, most are shit. Yeah, that's kind of been our consensus of like, if you're leaking from $1 billion corporation and you're doing it in a way that people can avoid the leaks, then you're fine. But if you're doing it in the evil way of posting it without spoiler warnings and junk like that, then we have an issue. That's kind of the consensus we came to, at least. Okay. Just a heads up, guys. I'm not sure what this is going to look like, but my grandmother is coming to town in a couple of weeks, and I would like to spend as much time with her as possible. So, while I may be on the server and still making videos, I highly likely will not be doing streams for the first couple of weeks of May. Honestly, for probably most of May. I might be gone in the first week of May. Yeah, I think I'll be back like the third week of May. You know, this won't be my last week streaming. I think next week or the week after will be. Um, but I won't be streaming because I would like to spend as much time with her as possible, and I would like to not be vanishing for 5 hours into my room to go talk to my computer, you know? But I'll still have videos come out, and you guys can still expect those. It'll probably be less interesting videos, though they haven't been really interesting lately anyway, so it'll be normal videos that you guys will get. Um but yeah, I'm prioritizing my grandmom. So sorry, you don't like that. Suck it. There's a rage bait joke on TikTok about this. They said he sounded cooler in the comics to mock those with who have issues with the characters they don't understand. Yeah. But yeah, no, I have my grandmother coming over, and then after that, I'm going on vacation, and so I will be gone. And in that time, I think I have a funny special video happening that I need to talk to you about, Dig, at some point. Absolutely fair. Hope you enjoy spending time with your grandma. Thank you. Little Bird told me that vid will be one of your best. I really hope so. You better bring your audience with you. You better. I'm gonna run out of stairs and red nether brick. Dig, are you thinking of logging on at all today? Uh, Going to bring my A game, and don't worry, I won't be alone. That's what scares me. I have some connections. Okay. I have to make you a skin. I forgot about that. I'll make that for you today. Because if you want to be working on it starting soon, then I will I'll make that for you. At Prob 11 UK time? Okay, I might be on to hang out with you a little bit then. It'll be after I finish dinner, so... Probably, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do Gamers Outreach tonight. I've got to do some driving today. I gotta go drive a route I haven't done before, so it really depends. I might not get to see it tonight, actually, so... We will see. This week is weird. Hopefully, but likely not. Where am I going? Land! Oh shit, this is gonna have, like, actual blocks on it. Oh my god. I'm just bad at this game. I think I watched one episode of Invincible years and years ago. It was after it first came out, and I didn't like it because it was really violent. And I know that says... I don't know. I don't know if I like what I like. I think it was just... Because I watch Yellow Jackets, and that show is... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what that droning noise is in the background. It was just a car. Because I watch Yellow Jackets, and that is famously a very violent show, you know? And so, I don't know, maybe it's just the cartoon violence, the exaggerated violence. Is it, maybe? I don't know. So I don't usually have many issues with gore, but that show was, like, a bit much for me. I don't like watching people's heads explode. Though I feel like that's not a very controversial take. Alright, that's another house done. Oh, we've got another double arch here. Alright, what's our next topic of discussion? We had a pretty good roll with that, the conversation about leaks. What's next? How much you hate British public transport? What's happening? How bad is it right now? Person next to you is vaping? Ew. I actually have an allergy to something in vapes and cigarettes. I don't know what it is. It's something that crosses over with them. But if anybody does it near me, my throat genuinely starts to close up. I'm gonna loop back around to the fandom culture. Gatekeeping is one of the most needless and bullshit things a person can do, and can ruin a perfectly inviting fandom for everybody. I agree, and I think that loops back into that topic of fandoms being the first line of advertisement. Because if your fandom is actively trying to avoid people getting into it, then there's no room where you're going to be able to actually profit off of something that isn't just going to be a giant cesspool of negativity. I had a friend, sorry, I'm talking about the smoking thing. I had a friend who knew about my smoking, my allergy to whatever the hell it is in cigarettes, vapes, whatever. And he was like, at some point when I visit you, I want us to smoke together. And I'm like, I will literally die. And he's like, you'll probably be okay. And he's like, I'm like, no, you don't understand. I will die. I will not make it. Like, inhaling it is bad enough for me. Actually doing it, I, no, that would be curtains, my friend. That would be curtains. He could not wrap his head around it. Hi, Joey. Person next to me is vaping. Someone stinks of weed. People playing music. Yeah. Some people just seem like they're on a hype horse. Yeah. We're talking about fandoms, Joey. And with gatekeeping fandoms, I don't know. It feels like getting into it, even if you do, it always feels like you're never gonna belong in there. You know? Like, you're never gonna know enough about the fandom to actually be, like, considered an actual fan. Like, people, if you're getting into a fandom where people are gatekeeping it, you're gonna be, like, questioned. You know, you're always never gonna feel like you're actually allowed to partake in fandom culture. This is gonna drive me fucking crazy. Jesus Christ. That was me, sorry. Okay. Anyway, I need to head now. Maybe see you later. If you end up being on Bye Dig, maybe see you later. I feel like UB Funkies is in a gatekeepy spot right now because of the stupid mod. Yeah, and that's the thing as well with UB Funkies. For those of you that don't know, is a game that was made by Mattel question mark. It's a very old game. It was discontinued years ago. I feel like older fandoms are either the easiest ones to get into, or you're never gonna feel like you belong there ever. You know? I'm learning, Joey. I'm learning. It's not like I've been your friend for almost half a decade. I'm almost just now learning the shit. Learning my learning the terms, terminology. As far as I knew, the fandom was pretty chill before this. All it takes is one bad person, I feel. One weirdo to come in and then everything's ruined. You know? Which you have to be cautious of. Every side of the fandom is going to have a bad side, obviously. Any fandom will have somebody that just sucks. But you have to be able to maintain your fandom without gatekeeping. You know, because fandoms die if there's not new people involved. Right? Like, we can all agree on that pretty well, I think. Ooh, can you guys hear that train in the distance? I have to have my window open today, so I'm sure you guys are getting a lot more background noise than you're used to. It is 90 degrees right now. Um, yeah, I can't handle not having a window open or my fans on. I'm double fanned right now. Um, so sorry for any background noise. Sorry, not sorry. Because holy fuck. Actually, it's almost like, hold on. Uh, it's almost like reverse gatekeeping, where the new gens are trying to boot out the old heads that dare critique how the dev is handling, making the mod. Very fair. Dude, it's so hot, I hate it. Yeah. I am deep into Warhammer and have been for years, and don't get me wrong, it's a space that can be vulnerable to rage tourists jumping on controversy, but not everyone new is doing that. And if we were to shun everyone, the game would die. Yes. And a lot of people seem to forget that the whole thing actually had died about 8 years ago, because it had become such a cesspool of gatekeepers and overcomplicated rules. The only reason it's still around is because the designers realized that they needed to overhaul the rules and retcon a lot of the lore to make it at least somewhat coherent. Sorry for the rant, I care about this a lot. No, that's okay. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. There has to be some level of give and take, if that makes sense, where if you're in a fandom, you can respect that fandom by being a part of it and helping maintain it, but also recognizing that sometimes people just suck ass, you know? But also understanding that if you don't have the people that suck ass there, then your fandom is likely not going to do as well, you know? Which is unfortunate, because for whatever reason, people just can't be positive about things. Um, but it sadly is the way that things go. Whether it's new people or old people, you know? I hope Rem comes back soon. I would love to have this kind of conversation with them. Rem is very smart and, you know, has a lot of good opinions on things and is good at keeping a discussion going. You hate talking to me? Usually, yes. Yes, I would say that is true. Yep. The main issue is generally that people are so invested and most likely to gatekeep. Oh, most likely that the people that are most invested and most likely to gatekeep are the whales who put most of the money into the AP. Yes. Absolutely. Ugh, my back is bugging me. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Because I wanted to get something for dinner tonight. And I'm running out of time to do that. But also I want to have an adequate length stream. And I want to make sure that Rem doesn't lose their stream streak. Because I did start late today. I did sleep in, but only because I was really stuck in a bad dream, unfortunately. Does that ever happen to you guys where you get stuck in a bad dream? Like, is that only me? Like, there'll be nights where I'm asleep and I know I'm in a bad dream and I can't wake up because I'm in the bad dream. It's really weird. I feel like that happened yesterday, yeah? Or maybe I just had a bad dream, I don't know. Very fair. it wasn't even like a scary bad dream. It was just, I don't know. I have had a lot of friend issues over this year, in the last year, and it was like coming to me in a dream, and it was very frustrating and anxiety inducing. And so I was stuck asleep. It was bad. Yikes. That's not great. I'm sorry. Uh, I think I will end it here, actually. I hate to. I'll be back tomorrow and it'll be a longer stream. Okay, I'll start earlier. Um, I just want to be able to go get that stuff for dinner. And I'm running out of time to go get it. So let me just really quickly sort my shit. Yeah, I'm not going yet. Don't worry about it, Joey. Not Chris, sorry. Think about Chris now. Should I work on your stupid commission or should I play Deadblock? I think you should work on my commission. Okay. Let's see. I know where I'm sending you guys today. I think. Nope, that's not a real person. Oh, hold on. I'll read your message really quick. Slick talk. There's this issue with Warhammer where the faction that gets all publicity are the biggest faction people play. There's like 21 playable factions, and Space Marine players make up about 40% of them, which means they sell best, so they get more publicity, more release, and more new models, and it creates feedback loop. This also means that a lot of the meta chasers end up buying Space Marines because they get the new power set unit. This means that there's a decent few Space Marine players who bitch when a unit doesn't get an update after 3 to 4 years, when there are some minis and other armies that are old enough to drink in the US. Again, sorry for the block. Hope you enjoy your dinner. See you soon. That's okay, Slick Talk. I want to hear more about this. If you're here tomorrow, I'd love to hear more. I'm going to send you guys over to my lovely friend Prevs. Be so nice to her. I don't know what she's doing today. She might be playing Dead by Daylight or building Legos. I'm not completely sure. But be sweet to her. Be nice. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll start earlier. Maybe I'll start around 1. Okay? I'll see you guys.